No, I'm going live right now. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay. Tonight I want to talk to everybody about how we can save some money. Everybody's been making comments about, times being tough and, you know, everything with the way the economy is and so on and so forth. And I believe all of us can tighten up a little bit. There's things we all can do to be a little bit more conscious of how and where we spend our money and the things that we spend our money on, myself included. Sometimes I have been known to go and buy some unnecessary stuff that I could make at home for way cheaper. I think we've all done that. And tonight I want to share with you guys a couple little things that I've learned along the way to save money. Okay. Now, one of the first things that I learned a long time ago, and actually I learned it from my sister and my grandma, but my sister did it when I was younger because they had 3 kids, and they would buy other, bigger items kind of more in bulk, and it would stretch. Was better than going and buying little tiny boxes here and there at the store. And I learned early on to buy certain things in bulk. Now, one of the things that I've started buying in bulk, when I don't make it homemade, because y'all, I've tried to make ketchup homemade and I've done it, but you use so much tomatoes to make homemade ketchup. And I'm a firm believer in pick and choose your battles. So I would prefer to have my tomatoes for canning for like stewed tomatoes and stuff. Although, homemade ketchup can be yummy. I've decided if I can buy it in bulk and then refill one of my containers like this, or even these little doodads. My son buys this Kinder, I think it's Kinder. It's some kind of barbecue sauce, and it has the little spout. You guys, you can take the label off, clean the jar, and fill those up, and you can put mustard in them, ketchup, homemade barbecue sauce, or anything. So I put some in there, but that's what I'm going to refill. He bought some Heinz tomato ketchup, and at Sam's you can get this big container, which is 7 pounds, for $5. Y'all, you go in even Walmart, and what used to be $1.24 is now like $2, $3. So you're getting a way better deal if you can get this big thing in bulk and just refill your little ketchup containers. And mustard, they have a version of mustard too. Same thing. Now, I don't need mustard because I bought a whole bunch of mustard powder from that Saigon market. And y'all, I showed y'all the other day the mustard that I canned and put up. So that's another thing you can do. All right. Now, some of those seasoning packets and little soups and things that we all were raised on pretty much, and we believe it's so yummy. Y'all, I started buying the little veggie mix packages and the Lipton, the generic dehydrated onion soup mix. And I realized that little veggie mix and that onion soup mix and pretty much any kind of blended supreme seasoning or see the seasoning that's already got like bell pepper and onion dehydrated, some Italian seasonings. You can take those seasonings and mix them up and make a seasoned blend that's vegetables and other things, and make a really good cream of soup and use this for flavoring. All you have to do is put a little bit of butter in a pan and a little bit of flour and some of these seasonings. Just make you a gravy out of that. Make sure you let the butter do its job and start toasting the seasoning, and add some cornstarch and flour in it. Maybe about 2 tablespoons of flour and a tablespoon of cornstarch. But in the cornstarch, you want to put it in some cold water and mix it up, and then add it into that mixture in your pan. And y'all, you can make pretty much any type of cream of soup you want. The other day I made a casserole, and I had some celery that was starting to get, it was getting ready to go bad, but it wasn't bad yet. And what it was is when I got my celery, I cut the bottom off and planted it out in the garden. And unfortunately it got drowned out, but I was trying to regrow it. And I cut the celery stalks up, and then I saved the tops. Well, I had put some in a little bag of the tops and the bottoms, that were the stalks, that I was going to use in a dish later on that evening, and I forgot about it, and I never used it. So I saw that bag in there, and I'm like, well, I needed some cream of celery to go in a casserole I made. So I took that little bit of celery and I made me some homemade cream of celery. And it was perfect. Now, if I would have said, oh, I've got to go to the store, gas to go to the store, then the cream of celery, they're over $1 a can now. And even the generic at Dollar General is still $1. So you can't get them for like 3 for $1, 2 for $1 like you used to. So I just stayed myself at the house and made me some. And what I put in it was a little bit of this onion mix and a little bit of the supreme seasoning, just a dab, and the celery, flour, a little bit of cornstarch, and pepper. It didn't need any salt. So, but that's what I made. Now, let's see here. If you're in here, make a comment in chat so I'll know you're here. I see that I have a view count, but I don't see any comment. Well, I see Jen and Echo, so leave me a comment so I can say hey to you. But so I learned a couple of tricks that I know from watching my grandmother growing up, and my sister, and quite a few other people. Now, another thing that I use is nutritional yeast. Now, if you're somebody who likes that bag popcorn that you put in the microwave and it just, it tastes so good, great. But there's a more nutritional way to do it than using the bag popcorn. It's called, get you a bag of unpopped popcorn. get you a thing of nutritional yeast. And I don't know where my sister got this from, but I can ask her and I'll put the information. Hey, Jenny, I can put the information on my channel. But she gave me this. And I really, really, really enjoy using it. It's a little popper. And I put a little bit of butter or oil in the bottom of it. And I put the amount of popcorn that'll fit in that container. And then I put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes. And I watch it. And whenever I stop hearing pops, I stop it real quick. Y'all, that makes some really good popcorn. And then I put the nutritional yeast over the top of it. And this stuff tastes like white cheddar and butter. That's what it tastes like. And I sprinkle it on our food and stuff, and it is good for gut health. It's just real, real good for you. Amazon. She said it was on Amazon. Anita, do you know what they're called? Do you know what these are called? Popcorn maker, probably, but so they can find it. I should probably ask you before when I called you what it was so I could put the link on it. But y'all, that's a handy dandy little thing right there. And the other thing is rice. Seasoned rice. A lot of people like seasoned rice, and they go and spend bukus of money on all that flavored rice that, the store's got. And I've done it before, so I get it. It does taste yummy. But it's not necessary. You can make some really good rice, and if you don't like cooking rice, you can get a rice cooker. Walmart has, everybody's got rice cookers these days pretty much, but Walmart does have a rice cooker that's about $20. It's aroma, however you say it. It's like $20. That's another thing my sister gave me as a gift one year, is a rice cooker. And y'all, I used that thing till I killed it. I killed it. I used it so much it died on me. But I've got a new one now. But you literally can use 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, and make sure you wash your rice before you use it. Wash it till the water runs clear. And the reason why you want to do that is because you want to get all that gluten and starch, well, not gluten, all the starch out of the rice as much as you can before you cook it, because it reduces the glycemic index on that rice. Okay, that's a fact. Y'all can look it up. All right. But the other thing is, the ratio is 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. You can put a little bit of chicken bouillon. Do not put a lot, because I've never found a bouillon that's not salty. You can put a little tiny bit of chicken bouillon in it. Some turmeric if you want it to be like yellow rice. If you want it to be more like a tomatoey red rice, you can add a little bit of the, don't put both of these in here. You just want one. This is a tomato base right here, and it's chicken flavored as well. So you get the chicken flavor with the tomato, and it'll make it have a red color. But when I do the rice, I put a little bit of turmeric, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, and a teaspoon of this tomato powder. Okay. And then I put garlic, dehydrated peppers and onions, a little bit of parsley if I have it, and sometimes I put cilantro depending if I want it to be like a Mexican flavor. I've done Italian tasting rice. I've done all different kinds of taste of rice, and I have not bought pre-made or pre-mixed rice in years. Now I've been given some, but I have not bought any. Okay. Hey Andy, how are you, dear? Just search microwave popcorn popper. Okay. Y'all hear she said research microwave popcorn popper on Amazon and pull that bad baby up. She said there's a bigger one. She has a bigger one than this. But this is enough for a 3-person family, in my opinion. You know, for us, it's enough for us. But that's how you can do your rice. And y'all, I bought a bag of jasmine rice. That now in Walmart, the little bags of jasmine rice that's, $2 or not 2 pounds was like $5. And the 5-pound bags that used to be like $6 is now like $8. It's or more, depending on what brand. I got a bag of jasmine rice on sale at Sam's a couple of months ago, and I paid $18. Was it $18? Yeah, I think $18 for 25 pounds of jasmine rice. Now, a lot of people say, well, that ain't saving no money. Well, it is if you're paying $5 for 2 pounds at the local store, because 2 divided by 25 is 14, right? Well, 14 and a half. But anyway, you take 2 times 14, that's 28. Okay, so they're saving money. It might not seem like a lot of money to people, but every dollar does add up. So if you've got all this stuff on your list that you need to get, why did I say 25? It's 5 times 7 is 35. 35 minus 20. Yeah. Okay. You'd be saving some money, okay? If you're having to buy the 2-pound bag. But anyway, the point is you can save money. And if you're doing your budget, do it once a month. Go to a wholesaler place if you have it in your area, and just make you a list and get a couple of things a month. Like get your flour, your sugar, get something wholesale, and get you a couple of containers and put it in there. Put your oxygen absorbers in it. Close it up real good so no bugs or moisture gets into it. And start off with just a couple of things. Like the first thing I did, well, me and my husband did, is we went and got buckets, food grade buckets. And those things are about $5. At the time we got them for $5 with the lid. The lids were $2.88 and the buckets were like $3, so more like $6 a bucket, including the lid altogether. And I got flour, sugar, I got a bucket for flour, sugar, and cornmeal. And then the next month I got a bucket for like pastas and rice. And every month I added, different things when I would go to Sam's. And the hardest part about going to Sam's and Costco and places like that is you, if you don't stick to your list, you'll start seeing those little sales and everything and all those little goodies in there. And by the time you know it, you got your buggy full of stuff that you don't need. So those places can be just as enticing as the grocery store. So I had to learn self-discipline in Sam's just like I did the grocery store, you know. And in the grocery store, I've learned that middle section is where I need to stay away from, you know, me personally. And I've done really good with now. I just, especially over the past 2 years, I've made my list and I've stuck to it. And sometimes I'll look for a list to see what's there and just check everything out. And if they have a good deal, I might get it, depending on, you know, if I've already got a lot of it. But, and another thing that you can do is everybody likes the comfort of having dips, like bean dips and cheese dips and stuff like that. Most people want a little bit of something like that every once in a while. And it's been about, I'd say, 7 or 8 years. Me and my sister went somewhere, and she took me to a place called Baba Ganoush. And we had these little, I don't know what you call them. Well, what I needed, stuffed grapes. I didn't like them. Now, I know how to make them now where I do like them, but them things, I don't like them. But she had me try some food, and on that plate was some pita chip, some pita chips, and some cucumber, and something else in hummus. Now, I had hummus before, but the kind I had, I did not like, y'all. There was something about it. It was too, I don't know. I didn't like it. So I just stayed away from stuff like that. But the place that she took me to, it was really good. She's like, just try it. So I did. And what I learned is you can make that with just chickpeas and toasted sesame, because that's how you make tahini, is from toasted sesame seeds. Now, you don't have to have the tahini. You can put other stuff in it, but that flavor of the sesame seeds in it and sesame oil, just, it does something to it. And smoked paprika and the caramelized onions and garlic. That's what I like to put in mine. But you drain those chickpeas off. Well, first you want to soak them and get that peel off of them. And then once you get the peel off of them, you want to mash them up real good and mix all that stuff together. And y'all, that's some really good spread for putting on sandwiches, using it to dip chips in as a dip. I really like it whenever you make a wrap where you put chicken, like grilled chicken, on the wrap with a little bit of hummus and a little bit of leftover rice or something, or some spinach or whatever, and just roll it up and have that. Y'all, it's so filling. It's protein, and it is good for you. It's healthy. Hello, Nick Easy. Yeah, Anita, Mediterranean. That's, yep, Mediterranean dishes. And see, I couldn't think for nothing. Um, but yeah, see, Anita knows all them bougie words I don't know, like Mediterranean. But anyway, um, but the chickpeas, you don't have to have chickpeas. If you don't have chickpeas, make you some um, beans. Make you some dip out of pinto beans. I've made it out of navy beans before. You can pretty much use any kind of bean you want. Mash it up, put some seasoning in it, and put it on anything, y'all. You don't have to always go by the recipe. You can improvise and have some really yummy stuff. Okay, now here's the other thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. Okay, laundry soap. Now, I like to make my own laundry soap. Now, I do buy laundry soap. I've bought the Tide, I've bought the Gain. If it's on the shelf at the store, I've probably tried it. Okay. And I use coupons so I can still get it very reasonable. Okay. But I actually really do like my homemade laundry soap. Um, and how I make it is I use literally, this is how I make it. 1 cup of borax, 1 cup of, hold on a minute, 1 cup of washing soda. I buy you can buy whatever brand you want, but that's the brand that I buy. Baking soda. Okay. So 1 cup of borax, 1 cup of baking soda, 1 cup of washing soda. And then I take one of these bars of Zote soap. Okay. And I shred it down with a grater. Okay. Sometimes I use the Fels naphtha. Okay. Now, y'all, this Fels naphtha and Zote soap, I remember my grandma using both of these. And she had this little thing that was on a stick, and it was made out of metal. And you open it up and you stick a little piece of the soap in it, and then you close it up, and you can put like a washcloth or something around it, and clean your dishes with it, or you put it in your basin right here, and hold it under the hot water, and it'll be in that little thing on that stick, and that way it gets your suds up, but you're not sitting there laying it on the side of your sink and it getting all nasty and slimy. You take it and you hang it up because it's on that wire thing, and you hang it up across or hang it up from something, and it'll dry, and your soap's not all nasty. Okay. So, and I remember Grandma using that. I don't know what that thing's called, but and I haven't been able to find one. But if I could find one, I'll show it to you. We could probably look it up. Hey, Tori, how are you doing, honey? But yeah, that's all the recipe is. 1 cup of each and everything, and mix it up. Oh, and the Epsom salt. 1 cup of Epsom salt. And if you want it to smell good, y'all can get you a thing of them wash scent beads, but I like to, and I've got a lot of them. But if you want it all natural, like as natural as you can get it, 1 cup of Epsom salt. This will make your hard water softer, okay, and it'll make your clothes brighten up a lot. Just like with this borax, it'll help your clothes brighten up. All right. Unlike bleach, just kind of, yeah, it'll disinfect your clothes, but it just masks other stuff, you know. Um, versus where the borax will actually brighten it up, because over time, when you use that borax, it takes all the build-up residue off of the clothes. Okay. So, um, but anyway, when I use the Epsom salt, I like to use lavender and lemon. I like those 2 scents. So if I use essential oil, y'all, I'm using like 30 drops a piece, because once you've washed the clothes and you've hung them out, the smell just kind of goes away when you use essential oils. So I honestly started using the essential fragrance, which is a fragrance oil. Hey, Cherry. Yes, it is technically a chemical, but y'all, essential oils, one, they're very expensive, and two, the whole point is to try to save money. And I can't justify spending $12, $13 on a little teeny bottle of essential oils and using the whole bottle on a batch of laundry soap. That's crazy to me. When I can get the fragrance oil and use, 10 drops, and I can still smell it, you know, after I've done the laundry, hung it up, put it in the closet, put it in the drawers, you can still open up the drawer and smell it with 10 drops. It's not anywhere near as bad as using the commercial grade laundry soaps. It's not as bad on the environment. It's just that little tiny bottle. So pick and choose your battles. That's one thing I'm going to pick is, hey, first from Puerto Rico, I'm going to use the fragrance oil. That's what I'm learning to do. A lot of people will say, well, yeah, I don't agree with you. Well, I'm doing so. Hey, Puerto Rico, how are you doing, dear? But y'all, those are some things that I do to save money. Now, like I said, I still do use the commercial grade laundry soap. My son likes it for his work pants, because he has some, y'all, greasy work pants. You know, if you've watched the channel, you know he's a logger, and he also works on his own equipment. So he comes home with really greasy clothes. And I can't washboard them out enough to get all grease out of them with homemade laundry soap. And that's just the truth of it. My scrubbing in my hands, I could do it if I had to, but I'll let the commercial grade laundry soap do its work for that. Okay. You guys, if you haven't ever been here, I'd love to have you join. Hit the subscribe button, and if you haven't liked yet, if you don't mind, I'd love for you to do that. It'll help us get in the algorithm and help the channel out. So I'd love it if you could do that for me. Does anybody have any Any questions about the laundry soap? Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. For dish soap, I take that Zote soap and shred off a little bit of it, and I put some of the washing soda, just a little bit, or baking soda. And oh, I'm not cooking anything right this minute, Cherry. But I will in a little bit. Just give me time. I got to come up with something. I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do yet as far as cooking. But I take a little bit of the Zote soap and shave it off and put a little bit of um, washing soda or baking soda, depending on what I need to clean. Now, if it's pots that have gotten real nasty on the bottom, like from where I'm cooking outside, I'll use the Zote soap, the pink one, and then I'll use baking soda. And when I go to clean the pot on the bottom, I'll take a little bit of that Zote soap and shred a little bit more of it and put it on there. And then take some vinegar and pour it in the water with baking soda and let it sit. And then I'll take like a crumpled up old piece of aluminum foil and just slowly work the bottom of the pot in little circles, and all that nasty grime starts just coming up off the pot. Yeah, laundry soap. Yeah, we don't want to eat no laundry soap. Oh yeah, soap, vinegar, baking soda, yeah, it'll remove it. But my thing is the soot. The soot is one of them things that if you don't put the right stuff on it, it wants to kind of stay and it can linger. But that's why I like to put the vinegar and the baking soda on it. It's because then it will lift it up. But y'all remember that pink stuff when we were kids? If you grew up in the 60s and 70s, our mom had a container of it and she put it on the stove and other stuff, and it was pink. And I remember smelling it. Y'all, it smelled so good. I wanted to eat it, you know. But I probably did eat it. If you ask my sister, I probably did eat it. But anyway, um, 'cause I was always eating everything. If it's good, I probably try it. But around here, um, but anyway, the pink stuff. I think that it smells just like the Zote soap, y'all. So I wonder, and I don't know. Maybe one of y'all can answer this. Do you think maybe that was made by the same company that made the Zote soap? Yeah, Humberto, that would be a problem if you couldn't see it. But yeah, that's what I think. I think that pink cream is made or used to be made by the same people who made Zote. And now Dollar Tree and other places have the pink stuff that they swear by. And yeah, it does work to a certain degree. But I found that just taking the Zote soap with a little bit of baking soda does the same thing. Anita, are you still here? Tori, what time do you have to go to work? Oh, Tori, it's easy, baby. It's easy. It's very, very easy. I'm going to make a batch of it later and pre-record it because I'm out of it. So that's why I got everything out. And put it up. But get you a container like this, something about this size, to mix everything up in. And try to find a mandolin. Don't do what I did and go and ruin your food processor. Yo, I ruined the food processor by putting soap in it. And I did put the baking powder to try to keep my blade from heating up. But I ruined that food processor. So, yeah, I had to throw it away. So I just do it by hand now. Yeah, phase 3 soap. I think that there's some comments I'm not getting, or either I didn't see all the Anita, do you remember what that stuff was called? That stuff that Mama used to use on the stove and the appliances when we were little. My nose is itching, y'all. I've been trying to remember what the name of it is, and I can't remember. But my point is that stuff worked really well. And if I could find a mock version of it, well, I have to know what the mock version of it is for me to make it. Yeah, it is from Mexico. No. I'm not talking about Ajax. I've got some Ajax. And I still use Ajax. But Anita, I was asking you. Because there's some things that you do remember occasionally. You know. But yeah, I can't remember either. There's a lot of stuff I wish I could remember that I don't. Humberto, I still use Ajax. Yeah, I understand. I think whenever we were kids, we were all in our own little world, Anita. Tori, yeah, the dollar store pink stuff. Yeah. Okay, so you'll be here. Well, do you have to get ready, Tori, or are you going to be able to stay with us for a little while? Yeah, Ajax is still effective on pots, Humberto. I take that outside with me whenever I cook out there by the greenhouse. If I have to use especially my gas cooker, because it has a little orange flame sometimes. Delicare comes in a pink bottle. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're an hour behind me. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Here it is. This is at Walmart. I paid $5 and something for the pink stuff. Y'all, I got the stuff out of the Dollar Tree for $1, and it worked just as good as this stuff. So, and then I used the Zote soap and mixed it up with some baking soda, and that worked just as good as this. So I'm not spending $5 on that little inky dinky container right there again. Okay. So that's the texture of it. It looks like plumber's putty is what it looks like. Pink, but it's pink. Yeah, Barkeeper's Friend. That's another good one. Humberto, you're talking about all the things that I use. Man, look at there. Humberto, Barkeeper's Friend, buddy. Humberto, are we related? Just saying, buddy. Just saying, man. Barkeeper's Friend. Y'all, they're gonna have to give me something for advertising for them for free. I could write them and say, "Hey, I'm making y'all money." Okay. Now, yeah, I like to keep my stuff clean after cooking too. Okay. Now, here's the other thing. Castile soap. Now that is, I buy the Dr. Bronner's is what I buy. Okay. Y'all could buy, there's several different companies that make it. But I like using the peppermint Dr. Bronner's. And they also have the little Dr. Bronner's bars of soap too. And you can shred them up. And I've used Kirk's. That's another bar I like. But y'all, I take this Castile soap and I put about an ounce of Castile soap, and I put about 4 to 5 drops of lavender oil. Not very much. I think it's what I put the last time, about 4 or 5 drops. And I take me an 8-ounce container of coconut water or coconut milk, whichever I can get my hands on. And I put it in vinegar. And I put it in a container and I slowly shake it up like that. And y'all, that's what I've been using to wash my hair. Because I ran out of Pert Plus. That was what I had been using for years. And it did really good on my hair. But I needed shampoo and all that stuff that I bought couponing. It makes my skin feel like it's crawling. I can't use it. So I went back to using this Pure Castile, and it works really good. But I added a little bit of the lavender because I like lavender. I like the smell of it. And the coconut oil, or not coconut oil, but coconut milk and water, I used for my conditioner as well. So what I did is I kind of made it all in one by putting the vinegar and everything together. It is sold at Costco. Yep, this is hemp. It's 18-in-1 hemp peppermint pure Castile soap. And it says it's made with organic oils. It says ingredients: water, organic coconut oil, potassium hydroxide, which is what is used to make the soap do its thing. Palm kernel oil, organic olive oil, mentha arvenus, which I think is the menthol smell, organic hemp seed oil, jojoba oil, mentha pepperita, which peppermint, citric acid, and tocopherol. Okay, so there's a couple things in there that's kind of like, but they have to put stabilizers in it to market it. So it is what it is. Yeah, I like to buy. I've got several bars in my spare room, and I got a whole bunch of peppermint, like little peppermint, little peppermint blocks, like little beads almost. They're little squares that you can put in soap, so you're not having to use like 10,000 little drops of your essential oils and stuff. Hey, Deanna, how are you, darling? Yeah, it's still what, 6:53 there. Is it dry? You're having to water your garden. I guess you didn't get any rain today, huh, Deanna? But y'all, that you can make shampoo. You don't have to there's a lot of stuff that we go out, we spend money on, and we don't need to, you know. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm looking through the comments to see if I missed anybody. Did I miss anybody? Oh, that's a good idea, Humberto. Hey, Alexis, how are you doing, sweetie? Oh, she called me Aunt Deb. Oh, oh, that's sweet, baby. You made my heart. You touched my heart, Alexis. Yeah, it looks like our. Oh, I miss you too, Lexi. Lexi, our niece. Lexi. Oh, our niece, Lexi? Yeah, she's in chat. That I love. Kenneth said he loves you, Lexi. I love you too, baby. Oh, Anita, Lexi's in chat. Alexis, our niece, Audrey's daughter. Oh, baby. Oh, y'all. She has the most beautiful little baby girl. I'm telling you what. Smart as a whip, too. All the little baby girls in my family's pretty, y'all. My sister sent me a picture of my great nieces today. Lordy. Oh, they're all pretty. Yeah. Yeah, she is. Walking. I can't believe that. She ain't even 10 months old, walking already. I cannot believe that. That's, yeah. You know that little thing? She ain't even 10 months old and she is. Can you show me a video of her? Just,
What to put on there?
I can't upload it, honey. I tried. Oh. Oh, yeah, on the 3rd, she would have been 10. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. That's right. Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez. Yeah, beep, beep. Yeah, beep, beep. Meet, meet. Or the Road Runner, more like it. I nickname her Meet, meet. Legacy, can I nickname her Meet, meet? Like Road Runner. Exactly. Yeah, they don't stop once they start going. That's right, Tori. You got you got a whole bunch of them running around, and they're all boys. So yeah, she said. Lexi said she didn't care if I nicknamed the baby if I nicknamed the baby Meet Me after Roadrunner. She said she didn't care. Maybe I'll make her a shirt at Christmas that says Meet Me. Get out the way, people. Yeah, a mouthful of teeth. Well, the teething will be over soon. Thank goodness. Once all the teeth get there, the teething will be over. So that's a good thing. Yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot of them that could do commercials for the Energizer Bunny. Yep, they got. Man, if I could take their energy and bottle it up and sell it, I'd be a gazillionaire. Okay, let's see here. Okay, y'all. If you are in chat or if you're in the room and you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. And if you're on the cell phone, they say you double tap the screen. It's how you leave a like. So
Let's get the latest news, Storky.
I love you too, Lexi. Y'all have a good day, all right? And Kenneth said he loves you. Oh, y'all, my niece come and visit us. She visited us. That was so sweet. Of course, I use borax for the ants. Yes, I do. And orange oil. I took all my orange peels and yeah, yeah. Which takes a lot of orange peels, by the way, to do that. That's why that stuff is so expensive you buy. Because it takes so many orange peels to make. Baking soda and sugar. Now, I have not tried the baking soda and sugar Humberto. I've heard about it. No, I don't like them stinky spray products either. They make me gag the same way a lot of the colognes and perfumes do. I smell it and it just, ugh. Yeah. Reminds me of bug spray. And that, you know what? That's another thing. Think of all the money that we've spent in our lives on all them sprays that is toxic as all get out. And a lot of times they don't even work. Yeah. Those things, it's like the animals become, or the bugs become resistant to it after a while. You know? So, yeah. But, y'all look at all these cucumbers that I got out of my garden. Okay, I got 3, 4, 5, 6. They're varying sizes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14 little cucumbers out of my garden. You know what, Tori? I had to go and I got some little containers from the Dollar Tree, and me and Kenneth cut a hole in, like a little hole about that big around, in the little index card boxes, about that big around. And we got this loose Tomcat granular stuff. It's green from Tractor Supply, and it's got like oat flakes and stuff in it. That's the only thing that we found this past year that would get rid of the mold, that would handle the moles and the mice. And that was the only safe way we could do it, where the bunnies and stuff wouldn't get to it, or the other animals. So we did a hole about the size of a quarter, because a mouse will slide itself through. They'll squeeze to get in there. And we put the food in there, and they ate it. Oh, y'all can hear the TV. Oh, honey, can you turn that down a little bit? I don't want to get copyright struck. Just a little bit. I don't think he can hear me. Hold on, y'all.
And you were saying how usually they throw the pots of the green crew. Yeah. No thanks. No thanks.
Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Hey, they can hear, I think I might go copyright struck, make sure that you want to turn it down. Not all the way. Lexi said she had to go to the back down. She came, oh my goodness. No, she had to the back down. But we're gonna have to do it from your phone. I'm still on live. Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Lexi bring her phone here to the house and get her to upload what she wants on there. That way she feels like she's got control of it and maybe is a part of it, you know? Yeah. I need that check. Okay, you guys. No. Can y'all still hear the TV?
Very interesting perspective out of it. So you can see what happens in the wet race there.
Let me know if y'all can hear it, because I don't want to get copyright struck.
Right, if I look at this, it's shorter pictures per month, and they have like spiral into the sky. This picture, Stargate.
Yeah, Jenny said, no, oh, excuse me.
What?
Yeah, they can still hear it.
All I gotta do is run it down. More? Right now.
Okay. Can y'all still hear it now? Oh, Tori said you can't understand it, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about turning it further down. I don't want you to, you know. Okay, y'all, I'll be right back. I'm going to look at my book, my recipe book. No, you're fine, baby. No, because I don't want you to hurt. I don't want you to hurt.
Well, I'll try that 60. Yeah, I'm glad Alexa came. Bless you. Just take up time, but
Yep.
Chicago saying that, so I heard.
Okay, I'm looking to see. I think what I'm going to do is show them the appetizers and stuff.
Yeah.
That I'm going to be making for see what they want. Tell them some and see what they want me to make. I know I'm going to do the Vietnamese summer rolls.
Vietnamese summer roll.
Right here, these that I made right there.
Oh, yeah.
Those right there, the rice paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, y'all. All right. Now I found what I wanted to find right here. Anita, good night, baby doll. I love you. Okay. Yes, Tori, that is my sissy Anita. She is like the best sister you could ask for. Well, thanks, Alfred's Kingdom. Okay, y'all. This is what I wanted to go over with y'all. Or one of the things I wanted to ask y'all about. I probably need to turn back on that light, don't I? Because it's kind of dark over. Yeah, I need to turn it back on. I'll be right back. Okay. Now, Larry Howard, yes, that is very, very, very true, you guys. You see what Larry put in there? Yes, that is true. Um, Now, y'all, I have been practicing on making egg roll wrappers. Now, I am not very good at it. I can make there's two different ways you can make an egg roll wrapper. You can make one that's very thin, like kind of like a crepe, and the mixture is like liquid. And what you do is you take a frying pan and you get you a non-stick. They say non-stick, but I use cast iron. I don't do the non-stick mess. Okay, but it turns out liquidy like you're making a crepe. Okay, you turn on your pan to medium. You don't want it too high. You don't want it too low. You you know your medium sweet spot that you have on your stove. Y'all know that setting, medium. Everybody probably knows what their sweet setting is on their phone, on their stove. But anyway, oh, that was sweet, y'all. Um, but anyway, when you're making crepes, you know you've got to be real careful, or they'll burn. If you've ever made a crepe, well, I've tried to make them and I burned them. Okay, ugh. But anyway, you make a liquidy batter out of nothing more than just flour, water, and some baking powder. Okay, and salt. And when you go to put it in the pan on medium, you use either a silicone brush or a new paintbrush, and you paint the bottom of the pan. And keep on doing that until you start see it bubbling just a little bit, and you should be able to pull it up with just your finger, and it'll look like a crepe, a very, very see-through thin crepe. But you stack it on plate and then cover it with a cloth, and just keep doing that. And before you know it, you'll have enough to make either you'll have a big old stack of them, because it does not take very much flour to make probably 20 or 30 of those easily. But I made a couple. No, baby, it's fine. I made a couple successfully like that. When I say a couple, I mean probably 20. But most of the ones that I made, and this is two different um, two different times of doing it, making the batter. So that was, I should have had probably 70 to 80 crepes, but I only had about 30 or so. So, y'all, I was learning, but I tried. And you can look at that as I wasted over a cup of flour and some ingredients. Or you could look at it as, okay, I didn't drive all the way to the store to buy egg roll wrappers. I tried to make them myself. You know, I wanted the thinner ones that was healthier than the thick ones. Okay, that I can make. Now, the traditional ones that you buy in the store are made thick, and those is just simple. It's 1 egg, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon of salt, and about a quarter of a cup of water. Okay, now give or take depending on. Yeah, they are a bit tricky. They're real tricky. Me and crepes don't belong good. But simplicity. But yeah. My point is, I didn't need to go run into the store to get wraps. I tried to make them at home, and no, I wasn't successful at making 80, but I successfully made 30, 35, somewhere around there. And my family had plenty to eat. And you can make lumpia with those. You can make egg rolls with those, spring rolls. And you can pretty much put anything you want in them. Hey, Cheryl Rich, good to have you, honey. How are you doing tonight? Okay, y'all. This is what I want to ask y'all. Over the next month, I want to do a little series on um, different quick little things that you can make to just have in your refrigerator for like snack ideas. All of us, I think most of us were chip eaters at one point, or the little quick go-to snack foods. Most people do. They like to have that stuff around, and most of it's not good for us. But I've got this little book that I got for $1 at Food Line years ago, and anyway, it was $1. It was on a clearance, and it's called Easy Incredibly Easy Appetizers. And y'all, there is all different kinds of little appetizers in here that I've made over the years, and I've pretty much substituted almost all of them. Um, I was thinking about showing y'all some of these recipes or telling y'all about them, and y'all tell me what y'all would like to see me make. And my family can be guinea pigs to let y'all know if it tastes good or not. Now, we have dips and spreads as a section in the book that we've got. We've got kebabs and skewers. We've got some Eastern influence, which is the Asian food. Kickin' Tex-Mex, which is spicy stuff. Fill it and top it. Light and healthy. Kids' favorites. Okay, so the dips and spinach. I wish my camera was better, but that is some of the things that are in the book. And y'all, I just want to know what y'all want me to make. Or do you even care? Do you want me to just pick something out and make it? Yeah, my family's taste testers. I think one of the first things I'm going to make is Wisconsin Edam beer spread. Now, I have made the Wisconsin Edam beer spread minus the beer. So, yeah, it calls for amber or dark beer at room temperature. So, I didn't use beer. I had pretty much everything else. And I used rye bread. Whole wheat rye bread is what I used. But it's 4 cups of shredded Wisconsin Edam cheese, 3/4 cup butter, cubed and softened, 2 tablespoons snipped fresh chives, 2 teaspoons Dijon mustard, the beer at room temperature, cocktail rye, or pumpernickel bread slices. Okay. Hi, Robalyn. How are you doing, honey? Hey, baby. How's it going in Singapore today? Well, tonight. Well, it's morning there where you're at, ain't it? Isn't it? Yeah. I would have liked to have been in that classroom, Tori, to see the taste of food. So, but that there's not a lot of ingredients on that. None of the stuff in this book calls for crazy ingredients, you guys. It's all fairly simple. And like I was saying about spending your money, wisely, and uh substituting things, like I have some white cheese that I froze, that I made, it was okay. I was trying to make cheddar cheese, and it was kind of a fail as far as being able to get it hard and aged to taste the way I wanted it. But it was still good cheese. I didn't want to throw it away. So I just cut it up in little sections, and I've been using it over time in like macaroni and cheese, and I love making squash soup and cream soups. So I've been using it and stuff like that. I kind of think I might try to take a piece of that cheese and make this bread. What do y'all think? Robalyn, I'm so glad you got to come, baby. Tori, I like French toast too. That's I like the flavor of the French toast, but I don't like eating French. Well, I don't like, okay. I don't like the egg being dipped in the French toast, but I like the combination that people put on it, like the cinnamon and a little bit of pancake syrup or honey or whatever. So what I do is I like to take my toast or make toast in the pan with just a little bit of butter in the bottom of the pan, and I put my toast in there. And then I put the cinnamon and the syrup on it, but I don't use the egg. So it's not really French toast. But I'll make the French toast for my family. That's an interesting idea. English muffins to make French toast. I had never thought about that. I bet you Kenneth and Michael would like that. But Anna, you think that do you think that would pass? Because I've never had Wisconsin Edam cheese. So is it strong? Have you ever had it? Because I haven't had the Edam cheese. But it looks like a white cheese. That's why I'm saying I might be able to use that, because I didn't put the annatto in the cheese. I had forgot to put it in there. And then by the time I remembered, the cheese was already set. So I said, well, I'll just make it into a white cheddar. Ugh, y'all in sourdough. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, I can't make sourdough, y'all. Everybody can make sourdough but me. I can't do the sourdough. Anything fermented, the fermentation process. Um, I've made the homemade wine before in the vinegar, and I'm okay with doing that. But I just the fermentation process for the sourdough. I don't know why, but that smell it just makes me sick on my stomach, y'all. Needless to say. Yo, I love bread. As you can tell, I love food in general. So I love making it too, though. I love making it as much as I love eating it, to be honest with you, because I've always enjoyed learning to cook. Even when I didn't know how to cook a lick, I at least tried. Okay, we've got date nut cream cheese spread. It calls for hazelnuts, Neufchâtel cheese, softened vanilla low fat yogurt, packed brown sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, and pitted dates. That sounds kind of interesting. I'd have to make a small batch of it and try it, y'all. That's kind of skeptical. Mm. Lemon dill seafood spread. Cream cheese. Now, see, I would not go and make these big giant batches. I'll do the taste. I'll do the tester amounts. Oh, it's a Netherlands cheese. Bacon. I want some bacon. Yeah, I'd like to go to get some of that bacon somebody's been bringing home with them after work and eating it in front of all of us. I'd love to get in on that. Just saying. It's mild and a bit of a nutty cheese. Now, I guess that would, I guess that would work if it's got like a nutty flavor to it. I'd like to add some bacon in it. I put bacon crumbles in any kind of spread. Gouda and cheddar are good substitutes, you think? So you think that the white cheddar I got in the freezer, because when you put when I put the cheddar, I put that cheese in the freezer. The one thing about it is when I went to take it out to go use it, and I tried slicing it, it kind of crumbled up a little bit because it got kind of dried out, you know. So I would have to kind of crumble it up or shred it up. Okay, if if you can, everybody that's in here, put a thumbs up or something in the chat so I'll know who all's here. We got Echo, all four, Tori. Who else is here? Pear walnut cheese spread. No, I'm going to pass on that one. Okay, Tori, thumbs up. Echo. Okay, this baked Vidalia onion dip. Now, I've made that. That's actually really good. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Kebabs and skewers. Tortellini kebabs. There's Deanna. Hey, baby. You're still here. Okay. Thai style pork kebabs. We've got chicken kebabs, marinated beef skewers. We got all kinds of little things in here. We've got the kebabs where you can use mushrooms and take a piece of tortellini. I'm supposed to be looking at the chat, ain't I? I thought I was supposed to be paying attention to my people, that my guests that come in and visitate with me. But the tortellini, you know, the little pieces of dough that you put stuff in, that will taste very yummy, you guys. I think I can use some zucchini and some peppers, and maybe I'll take some of that pork that I've already made and put it inside of the tortellini and maybe season it and grill it. What y'all think? Y'all think that would be something y'all want to see? Watermelon kebabs? No. It's not that hard, Tori. Mine might not look pretty, but it tastes good. Pineapple scallop bites. Y'all, that only calls for 1/2 cup French's honey Dijon mustard, 1/4 cup orange marmalade, 1 cup canned pineapple cubes, 12 sea scallops, 12 strips uncooked turkey bacon, or I don't have to use turkey bacon. Roll call. Yeah, I did roll call. I just wanted to know who was all in here. So if I hadn't spoke to somebody, if I missed somebody I knew. Okay, you guys. A savory chicken satay. Ooh. My stomach always, growls when I come here too. Speaking of my kitchen. Y'all, look at that. That's like my favorite page in the whole book. Oh. Oh, man. If somebody told me I couldn't have mustard or onions in my kitchen, I would feel like I was living in communism. No, I couldn't. No. I have got to have my mustard and my onions. Yeah. Deanna, did you get your animals all fed up, honey? I wonder where Jen from Wisconsin went. She was in here earlier. Miss my buddy. Where did she go, George? Hmm. Okay, I've got some lobster pot stickers, but I won't make lobster pot stickers. I will probably just make pot stickers with whatever kind of meat put in them that I want to put in them. Spicy chicken bundles. Um, I will probably because I will make those, but I will use lentils in them and zucchini, lentils, zucchini, and maybe a little bit of chicken when I go to make those. And I'll just take cabbage leaves or collard leaves or something and steam them down a little bit in some chicken broth to get them tender and use those as the wrap. Okay, and I've got to make me some plum sauce. And I do have some jam I made out of some plum preserve. They'll eat garlic like crazy, but not onions. Well, can't nobody accuse them of being vampires if they can eat all that garlic. Yeah, see, this tells you how you can make the oh, my nose is itching. Plum dipping sauce. Um, they don't make it the same way I make it. Mine's more runny because I don't like it too thick. But I do have the rice paper so I can make the summer rolls and the spring rolls with the rice paper. Okay. And see these wonton cups? When you make the hard dough version of yeah, they ain't vampires if they can eat all that garlic. Because you know how people are talking about vampires and aliens and all that mess these days, You know, they can't be accusing our little babies of being vampires if they eat a bunch of garlic. Um, but anyway, the hard version of making the egg roll wrappers, when you make it in the hard ball instead of making the liquid, is you can use those for making the wontons, the egg rolls, the spring rolls. Y'all, I've used them to put uh, to make little pastry balls. I've used them to make tortellini. I just add a little. Go on, fly, or whatever you are, moth. Um, but when I make them to do the tortellini, I just add one more egg. because it's the same recipe. It's just one more egg and a little bit more flour and tortellini. Oh, and a little bit of oil. You have to put a little bit of oil in the recipe. Okay. But y'all, there's so many things that you can make without having to go buy a bunch of money. I mean, go buy a bunch of money. Go spend a bunch of money buying stuff out the store. And I'm trying to find some quick, easy things that everybody will like to make to feed their family or themselves that won't cost a whole lot of money that we can all get. And I see something right here that I haven't made. Bean and vegetable egg rolls. And it's got chickpeas in it and celery. So let's see here. Sesame seeds, got them. Dark sesame oil, got sesame oil. Doesn't have to be dark. Green onions, got them in my garden, got them in my freezer. Fresh ginger, got it in my refrigerator. Garlic minced, got it. Cabbage, I have some frozen. That'll be fine. Shredded carrots, got some jarred, not fresh though. Chopped celery, I have it. Mushrooms chopped, I have some frozen that I put up. Bean sprouts, rinsed and drained. No, I don't have bean sprouts. Chickpeas, rinsed and drained. Reduced sodium soy sauce, I wouldn't use that. I'd use aminos or coconut aminos. And y'all know the funny thing is at Walmart right now, the Bragg's aminos has less sodium in it than the coconut aminos that Walmart's been carrying in store. And they used to have, and it says on the website that they've got it in stock, but every time I go in the store, they never have it. It was 160 milligrams per serving, which is really low for something that's supposed to taste like soy, like a fermented, product. And every time I go in there, they don't have it. So I ended up spending $11 on a little bottle that big of coconut aminos. Well, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to go on and get the Bragg's aminos, and it's 300 and I believe 3 something, maybe 320 or 360 or something like that. But that's still better than 800 and 1100 grams of sodium from using the soy sauces that I've used in the past. So I'm just going to go on and get a bag or a jar of aminos from Bragg's. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, you guys. But yeah, that plum dipping sauce, I've got the recipe right here, which, like I said, I don't like to use theirs. But I've got plenty of recipes in here. And if you guys tell me, I know Tori said tortellini, so I will do a tortellini for Tori. And I think Anna would like the Edam Wisconsin cheese. I was thinking about the Jamaican meat patties and for All for His Kingdom, or the crab patty, the what I call the deviled crab patty, but it doesn't come in a shell. I was thinking about making one of those. And for Deanna, my little sweetie, I was thinking about these pizza dipping strips because Deanna makes some really good pizza. I've never got to taste it, but I want to. These little pizza dipping strips. I was going to try to make a vegetable inspired one with some mushrooms and other fresh things out of the garden instead of their ragu organic pasta sauce. Okay. So I was thinking about that stuff. And I was thinking about doing the chicken one for my sister. And Bonnie, the Texas stuffed pizza bread, in honor of Bonnie. And sausage stuffed mushrooms for our girl Jen in Wisconsin. That girl, she deserves somebody to cook something good for her. All that mess she puts up with up there. Her and Deanna, they put up with a lot of mess where they live. Smoked salmon roses, y'all, those are pretty. Smoked salmon. That looks so pretty. And I've not ever had anything like that, but and a crab meat crostini. That's another thing that I think All for His Kingdom would probably like. So you take a baguette and you can use stone crab or blue crab or whatever kind of crab meat you want to use, honestly. Mozzarella, pecan pieces, toasted and chopped. It says Florida daddle peppers, but you don't have to have those. You can use whatever you want to use. Rosemary leaves, thyme leaves, sun-dried tomatoes, rehydrated and chopped, and French bread or whatever. I'll use whatever I want to use on that one. You slice it diagonally and make you a crostini. Yeah, smoked salmon is good. I bet you know what? Because salmon's her favorite. That's another thing right there. Tori, I'm glad you said that. I can do that one in honor of her. Because what I want to do is I want to name all of my, I want to find a dessert for every person that comes and hangs out with us. I want to do something that they would like, but that would be also something that they could make themselves if they wanted to. That would be quick without them having to do a bunch of, cooking and mess. Something that would be in a snack they would really enjoy, y'all. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Without having to go and break the bank, break your budget. because we all need to have something of comfort, maybe some comfort food that's healthy, inexpensive, and that we can do at home ourselves without feeling like, we have to go to a restaurant and get it, 'Cause I don't like going to restaurants, y'all. I don't. I'm sorry, baby. I have to. One of our community members is going live right now, so I'll have to give them a thumbs up in a little bit, y'all. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think that's a good idea for me doing that? Now, Roby, I'm gonna make some lumpia in honor of you. But you already know how to make lumpia. But I'm still gonna make lumpia in honor of you. Unless there's something else you want me to make that you want to see. But I was going to show you how I make lumpia. And how I've also used smoked salmon in the can in lumpia before. That tastes really good. It's basically where you take the instead of stuffing a crab and making your stuffed crab, you take all that and you put it on it. Take that and a piece of cheese that you can use string cheese or a little piece of cheese that you've mashed up to make it long and put it in the center of your crab mixture. You can even use like literal cream cheese, but put it in the center of it and then, do your thing, close it up, and you can put it in the air fryer with a little bit of olive oil on it or do the traditional frying of it. Y'all, that tastes so good. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's good. So I thought about doing that. You played it smart and ate when you first got here. Yeah. I ate a chicken sandwich earlier and a little bit of home fries that I made for me and Kenneth. And we've got leftover homemade chicken noodle soup that I used what was that kind of rigatoni noodles, the long skinny ones, you know, a pretzel with cheese. Ooh, pretzel with cheese. Oh my goodness. Roby, does anybody put fish in their lumpia? Where you're from, baby? Or crab meat? Roasted eggplant spread. That sounds yummy. Ooh. Buffalo chicken tenders. I'll make that for my beautiful husband in honor of my Kenneth Ray. Blue crab stuffed tomatoes. My beautiful sister. I think she might like that. Then we got kids' favorites. Let's see here. Salmon celery trees. Salmon celery trees. Wow. Pizza cup snacks. Y'all, this is a recipe in this book. Yeah. Buzzard claws with swamp dip. Y'all. I guess it's supposed to look, because this is in the kids section, it's supposed to look like buzzard claws and swamp dip. Okay, so I guess maybe a green dip. 8 chicken drumsticks frozen for 30 minutes. 1 egg, 1/2 cup milk, 1.5 cups coarse fresh breadcrumbs, 1 cup shredded Parmesan cheese, 1/2 teaspoon paprika, 1/2 teaspoon chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon each salt, cayenne pepper, and black pepper, 32 slivered almonds, and swamp dip, page 141. Swamp dip, 1/3 cup reduced fat mayonnaise, 1/3 cup well-drained medium to hot salsa. How do they call that swamp dip? Yeah, I don't understand that, but okay. Yes, I have made fry bread. I'm not the greatest at making fry bread, but um, the the native ladies where I grew up, they made fry bread, and oh, it was so good. I've practiced on making it, and I'm getting a little bit better. I'm getting better, and I will eventually get it good. But I can make the corn version of the fry bread, and it don't taste that great. But the flour version is getting good. Yes, and as far as like the tacos, we put everything in them. We put deer hash in it, which is like, well, you know what deer hash is. It's sort of like pulled pork. Um, we put deer hash in them. We put pork in them, chicken, fish. We put vegetables in them. Yeah, we put anything in them. Fry bread is, yeah, fry bread is good. You know, fry bread reminds me a lot of the bread that they put in the clay ovens that you can, basically just stick to the side of the clay oven. It'll hang there. Um, and it ends up having a pocket where you can basically pop it open, sort of like a pita pocket, but not. Um, you can put it in a tandoori oven, is what they call it. Um, is it a tandoori oven? Yeah. Anyway, um, now that naan bread, fry bread reminds me of naan bread, but I know it's nothing like naan bread, but it reminds me of it. And pita bread, I love any kind of bread like that. The naan bread, the pita bread, the fry bread. And it don't matter to me if it's made like Navajo fry bread, the way the Cherokee make it, the Siouan. It don't, I've had fry bread made from all different tribes, Kiowa, Choctaw. the Seminole down in Florida, and everybody's fry bread I like, and everybody makes it a different way. So, but a lot of people where I live at use flour and cornmeal in their fry bread. They use both, and some of them even call it like a hoe cake, which it ain't nothing like a hoe cake, but they call it their version of hoe cake. Okay, y'all. Yeah, that the Tori, that swamp dip, that don't even make no sense to be putting that for something for kids. That just putting mayonnaise in it and some salsa. No, that just don't even make any sense. They got hot tomato dipping sauce, candy corn by the slice, cheddar broccoli Martians. I am not making no that no. I'll make some cheddar broccoli tortillas. I'll make some tortillas that's got broccoli powder in it and some dried cheddar powder in it and some roasted fried peppers and stuff, but no, not that. Bacon wrapped barbecue chicken. Oh, that's simple. 8 tender strips, patted and dried. A half teaspoon of paprika, cumin, 8 slices bacon, and 1/2 cup barbecue sauce. Tostadas. Okay, that's it. That good little handy dandy book. There's a lot of stuff in there we can. Yeah, tortillas that way. Yes, I lo- I like fry bread any kind of way. I like to even. This is going to sound weird, but I like to take pineapple chunks and a little bit of honey and make a like a chutney, like a salsa. Just make just like you're gonna make salsa with the jalapeno and all everything else, but add the pineapple chunks into it. And then when I go to eat my taco or whatever, chips or whatever, I like to drizzle a little bit of honey on the top of it. I just like that. And I've taken my bread and added a little bit of honey and cinnamon on it as well. And you don't, y'all, you see in the fry bread and um, homemade biscuits and whatever you want to do, if you keep a little bit of honey around, and if you don't have honey, if you have brown sugar or um, sorghum or blackstrap molasses or molasses of any kind, okay? You can take that if you don't want it so thick. You can heat it up and water it down a little bit if you want. Or I've even added a little bit of juice into mine to make it not so thick. Just to, know, because I don't really like overly sweet stuff. But you can take your fry breads and your tortillas and all kinds of stuff like that and make all kinds of dessert. Yes, some salsa does have pineapple in it. Yes. Um, I'm a fan of the pineapple in stuff. I really like pineapple. Um, but you can take biscuits, like I said, the tortillas, the fry bread, the pita pockets, any of that stuff. You can make it all with whole grain flour or whole wheat flour, and it'll still taste good. And then if you want something sweet, just take a piece of fruit, take an apple and chop it up and make you a little bit of stewed or fried apple and heat your whatever kind of bread you've got, heat it up just a little bit and put that stewed apple or roasted apple or whatever on it and just drizzle a little bit of honey or something, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg or something else like that. And if you want cream on it, put a little bit of cream on it. If you want whatever, whipped cream, if you've got it, or maybe cream cheese. Maybe you want some cream cheese on it. I don't know. But there's an endless possibility of stuff that you probably already got in your refrigerator to make sweet, savory stuff that won't cost you a whole lot. And you won't be running out to the store to get it. I like baked apples too, yes. Baked apples, yum, 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 yum. Baked apples are wonderful. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. Echo. Okay. Tori, it's 10. What time did you say you had to leave in? Let me go. Let me look up here. You have to leave at what time again? Echo. I just saw a message you put up at 10:35 that I didn't see. Kebab is one of those funny words like hippopotamus. Who thinks of such words? Yeah, I missed that comment. I'm sorry. I'm roboting again. Okay, Tori. Well, be careful. Um, and hopefully you and your mama will be able to go live, and I'll be able to stop in there and visitate with y'all later. Okay. But be careful going to work. Okay, you say I'm 5 by 5 now? Okay, just, let's see here. Um, I am, Tori, you have a beautiful night, baby. Okay, I'm looking to see if I've missed anybody or anything, because I don't want to not acknowledge people that are here. So I don't think I missed anybody. But before I go, I'm going to make one last little point um, about hard times on small budgets. Y'all, I know everybody, most everybody I know is sort of saying they're struggling right now financially. And everybody's got their own version of struggling. Okay. Now, there's certain things I struggle with, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going through a hard time. It just means I need to figure out a way around stuff. And yesterday I did a lot. I did a pre-recorded video about reading your Bible and having your faith. And this is the best thing that I can do myself personally to keep me in check. Even when it comes to my spending and the choices I make and how I budget. Being more diligent about praying, asking God, to steer me in the direction He wants me to go in, do the things He wants me to do. I do a lot better for myself when I take the focus off of me and start my day by praying first. And when I get frustrated about something or I feel like I'm not doing something the right way, or if I can't figure something out, the older I've gotten, the more I have learned to turn to this right here. Instead of getting all in a tizzy about everything and feeling like, oh, the world's falling apart. I can't afford this. I can't do this. What am I going to do? I've had my moments where I've done that. Okay. And, doesn't do any good to be like that. It doesn't solve a problem. It doesn't help your finances get better. It doesn't help you be more frugal. It just means, you're sitting there spinning your wheels, worrying unnecessarily when you could be taking that time and learning how to do something. And the first step to that for me is starting off my day by praying. And I don't do it every day like I should. But when I read the word, not just a little verse or two, I have this thing called the Daily Bread. And every day I pick a scripture out and I read it. Now, do I go and I investigate that scripture more all the time? No, I do not. I would be a bold-faced liar if I were to tell you that I do it diligently every day, because I don't. But when I go to the Word first, I'm more successful in everything that I do. Period. And I would strongly advise everybody that even if you feel like you feel like you do not understand reading the Bible, you get confused when you read it, get you a children's Bible. If you don't understand the adult edition or the regular version, get you a kid's Bible. That is better than refusing to read it because you say, "Well, I don't understand it." You know, get a kid's version and read it and pray. Don't you pray without ceasing, y'all. Don't just give up on stuff. Don't give up whenever you feel like, well, it's the middle of the month and I've not got enough money to last me till the end of the month. I've got this and that or whatever. Go and look through all the stuff that you have. Look at your finances. Decide like, I don't have any money left to go buy food for the rest of the month. Well, how many of us says we don't have enough food, but then we get to looking around in our cupboards and we've got plenty. It's just food that it's not convenience food. It's food you have to do a lot of work to make. I know plenty of times in the past, I've been guilty of that, thinking I don't have enough, and I actually had plenty. I know I'm not the only one guilty of that, but I think that's the case more often than not with people. But you don't have to have a lot to make a good meal or a good snack. Look at what you do have before you go out running to the store. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Tori, I will hopefully get to see you tonight, baby. You have a good night, honey. Okay, y'all. Well, I'm getting ready to head out of here. Okay? I've sent the link out if anybody, wants to join. So does anybody have any final thoughts? Okay, Echo. Well, good night, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and get going, y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. And it doesn't look like anybody's got any more final thoughts, but I had a whole bunch of people just click in the room. So, final thoughts, anybody? And if you're here and you haven't subscribed or given us a thumbs up, please do so. Nighty night, Fast Bear. You have a good night. Take it easy, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and shut everything down, okay? Nighty night. Thank you for coming.